The Gulf of Tunis is so shallow that the Columbus must lie 5 miles offshore. Small steam tenders carry us to La Goulette, where we are to take an electric train for a 6-mile ride. Leaving the train at the outskirts of Tunis, we transfer to waiting carriages and approach the city by the Avenue Jules Ferry, named after the French statesman who brought about the occupation of Tunisia. This tree-shaded avenue with flower beds and fountains reminds us of some of the parkways of Paris. The cathedral, the residence of the governor, and numerous other fine buildings front upon it. Against the background of European buildings, tram, car, and automobile traffic, the white-robed figures of the Arabs contrast greatly. Here in Tunisia, as in Morocco, the French have not forced their own civilization upon the natives. They may adapt themselves to the European standards if they wish, or if not, they may remain undisturbed within the walls of their own cities. The Porte de France, one of the gates to the Medina. Passing through the gate, we find ourselves in the Place de la Bourse. Here we start our trip afoot through the Arab town that was built largely out of the ruins of Carthage and Utica. The French have left the old city just as they found it, so we may wander about and imagine ourselves back in the days when the Tunisians rivaled the Algerians as pirates of the Mediterranean. Here the Christian and unbeliever is not allowed within the mosque. Entrance is forbidden by the French in carrying out their pledge to the Arabs, a pledge made at the time of their capture of the city, when they said, "Lay down your arms and we will respect your mosque. Resist us and we will desecrate them." We look up at several of the many graceful minarets. They rise above the narrow streets that are teeming with light. From the throne room of the Dar el-Bey, the former palace of the Bey, we look over the housetops of Tunis. At sunset, these roofs will be crowded with women, for at that hour men remain below, lest they see the uncovered faces of their neighbors' wives. Through the overhanging windows, we look upon the traffic in the streets below. Bread is sold in the open and is handled and picked over by each customer. The baker chooses the busiest spot and remains there. But the sweetmeat maker carries his confections about from place to place and sets up shop wherever he can find a customer. His confection is the sticky candy made from puffed rice and dates. This is the tiny kitchen of an Arab cafe. Food may be consumed inside, but coffee is taken in the street. The most interesting part of the Medina is the section of covered souks and bazaars. As is the custom in Arab countries, trades generally keep together. This is greatly to the advantage of the purchaser who can compare the various articles of the same sort in the same place. The streets are often named after the trades that occupy them. This is the souk of the shoemakers. In these poorly lit cubbyholes, the artisans work and sell the things they make. The only light and ventilation in this souk comes through the openings above the street. White-robed Arab women with veils of black pass by us and create an impression of eeriness, which is perhaps the most lasting of all that we carry with us when we leave Tunis and continue on our way.